Okay, what is your perspective on the Me Too movement?
Well, so what it's very interesting is I remember, I think it sort of backfired for women, if you really want to know the truth. It's taken, I was one of the first women on Wall Street and had a fight. Not really. I mean, I've never really had an identity crisis or never had any problem with men. But then again, I don't go up to somebody's hotel room at 2 o'clock in the morning to get a script. This is how it is. There are two women. One stands in front of the mirror and says, I'd really like to be an actress. And the other one says, I'll do whatever it takes. And some people just don't care what they do to get to the top. And that you can't put them down for it, but it's just a fact of life. I think that Hollywood has always been known for the casting couch story. This goes back to now, of course, you hear stories about Judy Garland and this and that. And I've got great friends. Joan Collins told me how she had to fight her way out of so many different places. So when the Me Too thing happened, actually, within a week, I had gone to the wasn't the Emmys, it was one for television. What's that?
Yeah, isn't that the Emmys, the Oscars? No,
it's not the Emmys. Is it the Emmys?
the Emmys.
So I went to the HBO party. I used to go to the HBO party all the time at the Hilton Hotel, which was like the most glamorous. They gave the best parties for the Academy Awards and everything. And all the girls came dressed black in solitude, for this whole thing. And I remember, I'm not going to mention any names, these two very important girls came up to me and were very hostile and very aggressive about this and that, and this and that. And I said, this is going to backfire. I said, because I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. Men are not going to be hiring women in high positions. They're not going to trust women anymore. Listen, it's a tough game out there. I'm not saying that these guys aren't predators, but I'm saying you put yourself in a position. My entire life, I never got in a situation like that because I never let myself into it. And, a lot of people don't care how they get to the top. When you're at the top, you don't remember how you got there. All you remember is that you're there. And I think I mean, look at society today. Look at the dating. I mean, it's the first time in the history of the world that more people died than were born. So the dating marriage regime has completely collapsed. And a lot of it stems from this Me Too thing. Guys don't want to take girls out. They don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They just as soon call a hooker.
Right, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's backfired. And in such a way that, I know people that have major corporations, they won't even hire a woman now.
Right.
Yes, there are women in high positions because there are more women that are successful now than men, but they're usually in their own position. They're in their own companies, in their own, jobs. But the working girl that's working her way up, listen, when a guy gets divorced, he ends up with the secretary, the nanny, the trainer, or your best friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's up to the girls. And believe me, there's a lot of girls. I had a date. It's so funny because I have a lot of male friends. We went out for dinner the other night. There was 4 of us and me. Okay. So we were sitting in a booth and this really cute guy was sitting on the end of the booth and another cute guy. This girl crawled over the back of the booth. I mean, like, what are you doing? She said, oh, I want to. I said, who are you? I mean, they didn't know who was my boyfriend or my husband. I mean, women are very on the go here. You see these girls out, they're all looking for guys. And there aren't a lot of the guys aren't interested in the way they used to be.
No, because there's so many options now with dating apps and all these different ways to meet. And there's all these, there's different arrangements for how people, it's not this white picket fence and marriage thing anymore. It's, so many options of sugar daddy, sugar baby.
I'm surprised on how many weddings I'm invited to each year. I'm surprised that there's so many people still getting married, but they really aren't because it's way down.
Right.
The women today have decided they'd rather have a dog than a husband. And these guys, and the reality is a lot of men are not nice to women. You get women out of desperation get married. They have no other choice. So they marry somebody and the guy is mistreating them. And then they have children and he's cheating. And it's a vicious cycle. There's no perfect situation. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, my entire life, I've been looking for my knight in shining armor. You know, I've always had this high goal. Some fabulous person is going to come and take me away from all this, but it's never going to happen.
Right, right. Well, what are your, I mean, I've seen it a lot on your Instagram. What are you dating? What does your knight in shining armor look like? And what would be your advice for dating right now?
You know, I think that probably in this day and age, really the dating sites are the best way to go. I have terrible taste. Everybody I look at looks like an axe murderer. So you can't go by me. I mean, I'm not, the problem is that I'm not like a regular person. I don't lead a regular life. I'm here, I'm there, I'm in Florida, I'm in New York. You know, the other night I went to this amazing Elton John thing. Then the night before that, I went to another big guy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for a man
to keep up.
It's not necessarily keeping up. I don't even think they have them want to do it. I mean, I remember in the old days, I'm talking about in the Studio 54 days, if I dated somebody they didn't want to go to Studio 54, I had a boyfriend that cried, I don't want to go to Studio 54. Bye-bye.
Right.
I'm saying, I mean, so I've always led my life to please me.
Right. Well, that's a great way to live your life, though. There's plenty of girls that don't know how to do that. When I was talking to Cindy Adams, she was so upset about the difference between, you know, a long time ago when people really cared about how they dressed and now. She's like, women don't wear clothes. It's disgusting. She was really pissed off about women these days.
Wrong. You know, I'm overdressed when I'm naked. I am always dressed up. Do you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even think about going out in the house or out in the morning without makeup. I wouldn't even think of it. Right. I wouldn't enter. But most people, you see and it's interesting, you see these actors and actresses walking around with sweatshirts and things. None of these girls own a dress. When they go to an event, some designer puts them in a dress. Every dress that I wore in my television shows, those are my dresses. You know what I'm saying? I never, but because I did put fashion on television, a lot of the designers gave me a lot of the clothes. But I'm saying, and I bought a lot of them. But I mean, these girls, we could open up their closet. There's nothing in it. A pair of blue jeans. I don't even own a pair of blue jeans or sweatpants. Right. That's just the way it is. This is a sweatshirt, but it's beaded.
Oh, I love it. But has your view of love and relationships evolved? Like I know you said when you went to Studio 54, if a guy didn't want to go, you would be like, okay, see you. But now would it be nice to have a man that's home waiting for you?
I would love it. I would love to. I haven't had a date in 10 years. I'm out every night. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have parties and dinners. I mean, this week is, and every week when I'm in New York, I was out every night for a month and a half. I wasn't home one night. So I'm invited to a million things. I'm invited to a lot of parties, but that's not normal. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm in the minority.
Yeah.
I mean, I have girlfriends of mine that are sitting there like table for one. Right. You know, how do you meet somebody? The only way you're going to meet somebody is the best way is to have somebody introduce you.
Yeah.
No one has ever introduced me to anyone, ever.
Really?
Because they think I know everyone.
Right. Right. And, well, you probably do. But you need to find someone maybe who's completely different than you know?
I don't want somebody completely different.
I know, but that's the thing. You got to find a powerful man who's maybe powerful in a different way.
You know, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, to me, if I find someone attractive, I'm at a point in my life now I can basically do. Well, I've always been able to do what I want to do. I'm not your regular person.
Right.
I'm easy to get along with. I'm fun to be with. I'm never in a bad mood. I'm always ready to go. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I dated a man. He said, I have to break up with you because you're never depressed. He said, I'm not used to it. He said, you're always happy. You're always having a good time. I find it very offensive. Who knows, you know?
Oh my God. It's so hard. It's so hard to meet someone. I get it.
I never meet. And listen, now I'm 83 years old. I still think I'm 25.
Yeah.
And I always like younger men. I mean, I've had a lot of very young boyfriends. They've gotten older. I mean, I can't, you know, but you know, they were 25 when I was 45.
Right.
But
so the ideal man right now, could he be in his 60s, late 60s, or that's too young?
Yeah, no, 60s is fine, 70s.
Okay. All right. Well, Nikki, I'm a connector just like you, and I do know a lot of people. So
I'm fun to be with. I come with my own jewelry. Yeah.
Well, that's a plus. Yeah.
And I know, and I'm invited to a lot of places, so I can open the door for a lot of. I'm never going to fall in love with somebody that wants to stay home every night and watch television. That's never going to happen.
I got it.
How much in love I am with them. It's not. I like to go out. To me, staying home is like a punishment.
So you don't sit at home and watch like all the reality shows or something?
Never seen a reality show.
No way. You've never seen The Housewives? Not your thing?
I watched it once when I was at Kathy's house and she showed it. I'm never home. It's not that I'm against it. I'm just never home.